Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you how to do the assembly. So I'm just going to save this one real quick. And this one I just basically updated the property. So we're going to be working on the assembly. So in this case, we're going to be using the tools over here, the ones that we see joints. In SolidWorks they're called mates. Here they're going to be called joints. So I'm going to be, attaching a video over here in the corner. You can see over here probably on the card that directs, it's another video made by the Fusion people directly where they show you how to do some of the mates. You can watch that one later, but for now, just follow along with the mates the joints that I'm doing, and you can watch that one later. Well, you can get, a little more explanation as to what each joint basically does. So once again, we have all our parts, we have all the descriptions, all of the moves except this one. So I'm gonna go over here and click on joint, and we have two things, one position and motion. So position is basically which joints we are combining. What these joints do is basically they join two components together. It selects the degrees of freedom, and depending how you click them, it's how you are arranging the parts. So in this case, I just click join for the first time. So I'm gonna just quickly go down and click the bottom face of the top block. And if I click the top face of the bottom block, look what happens. I press rigid and I will go to motion. Or I just press that's a motion. If I press rigid, it can change the different ways something can happen. So if I click rigid, basically it says that the components, they won't move at all. Revolute, something that will turn. Slider, they can slide past each other. So if I click this, look, that's how they will work. So it will be constrained to not moving side to side, but it can only move in one direction. Or we can also say that, it's going to move in the x-axis, right? Or it's going to move in the y-axis, it depends. We can play around. So revolute, you can see it will turn around like that based on a certain point. Have cylindrical for, cylindrical parts that will allow it to turn around and slide up and down. Something for a spin slot, or is almost like, planar parts that can move in the plane. Ball, for example, for like ball bearings or things like that. But I'm gonna basically go with rigid. You can see showing that it does not move. So I'm gonna go with that one, press OK. And now you can see this little image here showing you that I have rigid joints. So now these two blocks are basically linked together, and now they're not able to freely move. All right, so now I have the pin, right? You can have the pin. Yeah, it's in this case it's sideways, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna be changing. So once again, I'm gonna click the outer face of the pin, and I'm gonna press that point right there. So in this case, well, before I show you that, what I'm doing is I click joint. If I press control, I get like three different zones. I'm gonna go here, press control. For example, I want to select the center of the pin or the outer face, and I'm gonna do the same thing for here. So, or you can select the outer face or the center, it will automatically align. So once again, it's aligned there. So we have our different. So I can do, rigid where I don't want the pin. So I will have to probably select it, if I want it to be, in the plane, not able to move. I can do revolute. You can see the pin is basically allowed to rotate. It's still gonna be stuck, but it can rotate. I can do slider. The pin, doesn't rotate, but it just slides in and out. And I can do cylindrical. So you can see the pin, it's rotating and also sliding in and out. So that's the one I'm gonna be choosing for this one. I'll press OK. And notice how, we can rotate this. You cannot really see it rotate because it's basically looking the same from all views, but you are able to get it in and out. And yeah, you can see rotating. You can see that angle's rotating. So for now, that's what we're gonna be doing. I don't want to make it to where it's static. I just want to do it like this. All right. If I would have want to make it rigid, then I would have selected probably these two faces and make it rigid at that point. But for now, this is good. This is how we make our assembly. You can see down and up. So we're gonna be doing other assemblies also today. This is a simple one. Other ones won't have a video, but this is enough for this one. So follow along with this one. And that's it for doing the joints. The next video, I'm going to show you how to do the drawings and the part of list of materials. And that will be the last video for this specific assembly. All right, I'm just going to save and just say that, we did the assembly and, save it now. All right, I'm going to see you in the next video.